welcome to Stapers YouTube channel. My name is Anne Otieno.
And I'm Janice Atieno.
And we are
the Real Estate Sisters. Just kind of to have like an icebreaker. So what does your dream house look like?
That's a good question. I think it keeps changing all the time. But I know, I know that I want a house. I want a good house. If I was possibly has like high ceilings. And then I also want a pool. Like if I was like, this is us dreaming. This is dreaming. So yeah, I like to have a house that has a pool, and I think also like next to the waters. I like the waters a lot. Like just being able to like go swim. So if I have a pool, but then also like I can see, I have access to the ocean, or I can see the ocean, in this like nice like natural view. Not so many. I don't like like houses near me. I just want to be like in this place. It's just me, and then have a pool. And then I think the inside just like normal like girly things, big closet, I like kitchens. Good kitchen, some kitchen island, just a nice good kitchen that when I want to go cook there, I feel good like cooking. I don't even like cooking, but maybe when it's nice it makes me like cooking more. Yeah.
So that means you want to stay in the coast. So maybe
coast of Kenya.
Like for instance, if it's in Kenya, in Mombasa, Lamu, Watamu. If it's in America, Florida, fighting with alligators.
Fighting alligators and a lot of political things. Yeah. But I think so. I think something close to the waters, even like Chicago, like being close to the lake has been so nice because I live next to the lake. So I think something like that. But I think Lamu in Kenya, it's a little bit hard. As long as I have AC, as long as I can stay inside and access the heat when I want to, I think that's the goal. Yeah.
Cool.
How about you?
Nice. So I think my dream house keep changing, but I think like you, like I want like a high ceiling, and then I want like bedrooms have to be really big with big closet, and then I have to have like, I don't know how they call it. Not really a spa, but you see like where you have like it's not in the regular bathroom, but I have like a bathtub. And then next to the bathtub, I have like this large window. And then also I like, I don't know if it's an age thing, but now I'm finding that I like
You're not that old.
But we are getting
yeah.
Because in the past I'll be like, I want to have the city view and things like that, but now I just want to have a view of like vegetation, like forest, or maybe even plants, like just to feel like I'm in the village. Like I've never lived in the village, but now I feel like that is what I want.
Yeah, I think the city views are good, but I think they don't last long. I think after some time you just don't notice it anymore. But I think like nature, like you notice it more. And when I was in Uganda, Western Uganda is so beautiful. Like they have like this mountain, it's like so green with the bananas. I was like, it would be nice to have a house up on that hill. And just like, just see the green. Yeah, so yeah, I get what you're saying, but we're not that old.
As long as you're not a Gen Z, you're old.
Yeah, the other day I had to tell somebody like, I'm not a Gen Z, I'm a millennial by just 1 year.
Also, you're closer to a Gen Z.
Is it good to be Gen Z?
It is good because they're bold. That is what we need, yeah? Because the other generations have been termed to be like timid and quiet. But watch the space. Like the future, it's not even what we think it's going to be. Just because the Gen Z are going to be, are going to change it. They're bold, they're spontaneous.
I have like mixed feelings. Do you feel like companies like Google and Microsoft and Apple would have survived would have been created if we had Gen Zs?
It would have been created, but it would operate on a different way. Like for instance, to be honest, I don't foresee anyone working from the office in the future. Because the Gen Zs, when they become
social life though, it's interesting. But I think this Gen Z is going to be for another, I don't know how we're going to talk about that. But yeah, Gen Zs, I have like mixed feelings. I'm like, oh, some portion of Gen Z is good, but I also want to be a millennial. you know, like, so it's there in the mix. It's in the mix. But yeah. So what are we talking about today then?
So we are going to talk about like tips for first-time home buyers in Kenya. Because when you're trying to buy a home, there are certain things that you must understand before making that decision. So in this bowl, we have like, we just did our own research and put in things that we think will be important for first-time home buyers. So we are going to learn together. So let's see.
And I think we've also gone through some of them for sure. Like you bought, I mean, it's a hefty process, but we'll not talk about it right now. So let's see. The one that I have right now is to understand the market. Like, it's really important to kind of like understand what the market offers in terms of like prices, trends, location. Just go first. You can do like physically, you can do a research, walk into the locations that you want to invest in, just to get that first-hand experience of how the location is. Make sure before you speak to an agent or a developer, you understand how the property should be priced, just to make sure you do not fall a victim of being overpriced because you look like you do not have a clue. So that's a good point. And I think just like in terms of like location as well, I think that's really good, knowing like what are some of the new developments that is coming in an area. And I'm not sure about like, you know, like in terms of like Kenyan market as well. I think it's very key. Some people they will tell you like, oh, you know, this development is coming, but being able to actually verify that's an actual thing, because they may say like, oh, an area is upcoming, but then is it really upcoming? You know, so being able to like really know. And I think even like for me, like in Chicago, for instance, Chicago has very different faces, and neighborhoods are so different. So you have to really like be able to drive there and be like, because you may see a really nice property, like really nice, but when you go to the neighborhood, you're like, eh?
Would you live there? Would you walk outside at night? And I know one thing that people say, like, remember last year there was like a flood in Kenya. That was the best time to visit locations, because now you can be able to see that how the property looks like when we have like extremely high volumes of rain. Or even like regular rainy season, just to say, do we have mud when it's raining? And also, if you really mind about dust, it will be good to also visit like when it's sunny and dusty, how much dust is within the area. So because I remember during that time when it was flooding,
that was
like
crazy.
to be honest, the real estate agents were quiet.
Was it Rwanda?
Rwanda
is like the fancy, the posh place, right? But it was all flooded, I think, as well.
But
that's interesting. But I think also like in terms of like pricing as well, just knowing whether a neighborhood is already overpriced, because in the certain neighborhood they just like there's no like entry is just. It's just closed, like properties already like at the top of the prices. So being able to know areas that are like upcoming in terms of like prices, where you still have more leeway towards like appreciation as well. I think it's good, because there's just certain locations. It's just like you can't enter the market because it's just overpriced already.
Cool.
Let me see. What do I have? Oh, I think you probably have more information on this one. I might share my own experience in the near future, but this one is called legal procedures. So being able to understand all the legal procedures in the process of buying a home, and I think you shared a lot about this as well on our first video. So if you didn't get to watch that, ensure that you check our video. We'll probably maybe link it up somewhere. We'll link it up somewhere and put it in the description as well. So being able to understand the legal procedures about the title deeds, ensuring that it's a clean title, it's an existing title, being able to have a lawyer. I think in Kenya sometimes, we want to, or just people in general, we just want to cut through things, but cheap can be expensive in the long run. So being able to like pay lawyers where necessary and have all those legal documents checked out, and having a lawyer that actually has your interests at best of heart. So I think sometimes I had an experience whereby one of the attorney was just not being nice. I just felt like they were not advocating for me in this process. So actually I had to fire. Yes.
Yeah. And
But I'll share more about this in the future. But yeah, so being able just working with the attorneys, have an attorney and understand all the legal procedures.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said you pretty much mentioned a lot. Just make sure you understand the legal aspects of buying a property, and so that you're not scammed, or also the developer is not taken advantage of. Just to understand everything legal with regards to property. I think I'll go next. So I have property inspection. Yeah, so this is not a common thing in Kenya, and to be honest, even me, I did not follow it, but I do encourage for people to follow it. Before you make any purchase, just make sure you go with your own inspector to make sure that the home meets the standards that it should be. Like for instance, you could have a property that has the living room tiles in the bathroom. It might look cute, but it might not serve the purpose, because living room and bathroom are two different spaces with different conditions. For instance, bathroom is somewhere where we have a lot of water, so make sure the floor is not slippery or cannot be damaged by water. And these are things that you as a person cannot see. Make sure that the home is correct materials have been used. Like for instance, they are not carcinogenics. You can see like a rise.
Man, carcinogenics.
Yeah, like they do not have like metals or elements that cause cancers.
Oh.
Yeah, because you see, like we've had like situations where homes have been painted with lead paints.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, so make sure that you have an inspector. It's really important before committing to any purchase.
Yeah, and I think that's something they really take serious here. But in Kenya, I think you just have to go extra mile to do it, because I don't think we have like certified home inspectors, do we?
Not that I know of. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But make sure you take your own fundi or someone who knows construction, not your
time.
not your friend who's gonna go there and say it's cute.
Oh yeah,
but does not understand construction. So it's really important.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. All right, let's see what we get here. Oh, this is the first one, I guess. So budgeting wisely. And I think we talked about this. Definitely, buying a property it's not cheap. It's very expensive. There's so many fees other than just the price of buying the house. It's so expensive. So being able to before you undertake this journey, being able to budget, knowing that you're going to afford it. If you're getting a mortgage, for instance, you have to ensure that you're able to pay it per month. If you're paying it in cash, being able to plan to save for the whatever pay the cash payment as well. So being able to budget wisely and just put money for other things like the lawyer fees, the title and legal fees, all the renovations and repairs that the house might need, and just unexpected expenses for sure. So yeah, so before you undertake the journey, ensure that you budget properly. It's not an easy task, but you can do it. And budgeting is the first thing, like saving. So if you and your spouse want to do this, just plan. If you're going to be eating noodles for the next 1 year to put on the down payment or however payment method you have, you have to do it.
And also like to add on that, like to budget right now, because I think it's like a new concept that now is being embraced in Kenya. We have apartments, and also we have like the communal homes. So with those homes, you have to pay like a maintenance fee. I think it's what we call HOA over here.
HOA, Home Owners Association.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like part of a homeowners association, and you agree that for us as members of this community, we agree to keep this place clean. We have a communal pool, so we agree to put money to be able to maintain it for everybody. Or if you have like a communal gym, Yeah, so it's kind of like a homeowners association.
Yeah, so just remember this is a commitment for life. As long as you own the home, you have to pay. So this that
They can sue you, right? Well, in the US, you have to pay. There's no way of saying not to pay.
Yeah, because I know like when we in Africa when we buy homes, we think like we are never going to spend any money again with regards to property, but just to put in your budget that depending on the type of home, there's some homes that you have to pay a small fee as long as you own the home.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I think I'll go next. So the one that I have is stay informed. Educate yourself about real estate. See what's the trend. Like for instance, right now we have like a lot of developers coming from different backgrounds. Just to understand what's the trend that is mostly being embraced right now, because also that will guide your appreciation value of the property that you buy, just based on also on the trend. So just to make sure you're not buying like a 2009 home in 2024.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, you can buy a 2009 home.
Yeah, by that I mean like for instance, it's a new build being built in 2024.
Yeah.
But the standards don't look 2024. It's giving 1994.
Yeah, that's true. Like buying like new, like modern and stuff. That's true.
But also, and also just to that will also like make you make an informed decision when you're buying a home. Yeah, there is nothing wrong with buying like because we also have people who like the older style homes, but just make sure you're informed with the trend and how that will impact your home buying process before you start buying.
Yeah, and just like how also like the real estate market is moving, because there's certain days when real estate market is down, there's certain days when interest is going down, and then also like new methods of payments as well. I think like in Kenya we have like installments and mortgages probably as well, but just knowing how those are changing to understand which market are you on, because real estate is always changing as well. Let's see, what do I get? Negotiate. I'm curious to know how you did that, if you ever negotiated. But yeah, so don't be afraid to negotiate any price. And I think Kenya definitely is a place everybody knows how to negotiate. I think we're born knowing how to negotiate, and I think I've lost my negotiation power basically. But I feel like every Kenyan person knows how to negotiate, but be able to negotiate the price. And this is just not based on like empty negotiation as well. I think it's after you do like your market analysis, knowing how much how much are properties selling around the place within the last month or something like that. I think that's something that you have to do, so that like okay, if I'm making an offer, am I offering something that is reasonable, something that people have done. So being able to negotiate and not being afraid to negotiate. I had some negotiation. Somebody did negotiation for me as well, and that was crazy. So
because you can also negotiate based on the, like for instance, the home has a color that you don't like, because it's going to incur you a cost of changing those things. You can negotiate that way, just based on what the home is offering. Is it what you're looking for? If not, maybe you can also like negotiate on those grounds. But you're right. Like I lost my negotiation skill, even though I don't think I ever had it. Because if I go anywhere without my husband, like to be honest, nitagongwa. Because someone tells me it's this amount, and I agree.
Yeah, and sometimes they tell you twice. It'll be like 2,000. It's 1,000.
And also I'm sure like when they're pricing the homes, they usually go maybe a little bit high, because they know people will
a little bit. England is high.
Because they know people will negotiate. So if you don't negotiate, you don't get like the fairest deal that you could have gotten.
Definitely.
Cool. Let me go. Working with a real estate agent. So because sometimes you're really not aware about like what you should be looking for when you're looking for a home. and also you are not aware of all the possible homes that exist, so that you make the best informed decision. So working with a professional, a real estate agent who first has your interest at heart, not just interested in closing a deal. Yeah, they have your interest at heart, will be really valuable, because they can give you like a lot of good insights on what property you should choose. And mostly, I think in America, like really real estate agents go above and beyond.
Well, you can't even buy a house without a real estate agent, can you?
I'm not sure.
Unless, I don't think so. I think you actually have to, because you actually have to have a real estate agent. And I think even if, let's say, like if somebody's selling the house to you, like a person that you know, maybe you might go without a real estate agent. But most of the time, you'll not be able to like see so much details about the house.
And
the real estate agent is the person that has the access to the database of the housing data and all that. And they don't allow, actually, like MLS, they don't allow just ordinary people to like check through the property information. The real estate agents are the one. I don't think you can buy a house, maybe, but not in most situations. I think for ordinary people you have to have an agent, actually.
And that makes sense, to be honest. I would like to encourage real estate agents to have the interest of the people at heart, to help them make a good deal, and not just trying to chase a commission.
And it's really good. And let's see, future plans. I think we already talked about this also, like in terms of like market research, just knowing, so like future plans. So sometimes you know, when you're single, you can buy like a condo, or or you can buy like a 1-bedroom, you know. But also thinking about like, okay, is this like for the future? Is it for the future? Like, what's gonna be your changing plans as well? If you buy this house now, how does it play into the future? If you're not gonna live in it in the future, what is going to be the exit strategy?
For instance, maybe you'll have 7 kids.
Maybe that's your plan. You're gonna have plan on having 7 kids in the house. Think about that as well. And if you do need to move, what is going to be the exit strategy? You're gonna like sell it, or you're gonna like rent it out. So just knowing the possibility of the future, and even when buying an investment property, you have to think about like the exit strategy. And also what I think also like in terms of like future plans as well, just like seeing how the area is gonna change as well. Is that the place that you want to live in as well, or are you gonna change? You're gonna move somewhere else? Yeah,
that makes sense, because I know like for instance, right now in Kenya, like the posh neighborhoods like Lavington, they used to be like really
lovey,
just like the name, because it was like townhomes or like big homes. That is all used, like single family homes. That was the norm. But now we have like thousands of apartments. So if you do not like an area with a lot of apartments, just because that means a lot of population and things like that, is that if that change is to happen, would you still want to live in the same area?
That's true.
Okay. So we have our last one here. I think is almost the same. Consider location, because this is really good, because this you have to think about like how close is it to like amenities that are important to you. How are the schools that are in that area? Is it a place, if you have a family, is it a place where you would want your kids to go to school to? Or if not, how close is it to the places where your kids already go to school to? And also for the future, like in terms of your career, for instance, you plan to be a doctor. Is it an area that is close to hospitals, or things that could promote your career? And also like, do we have like future developments coming up? Like for instance, we have Konza City coming up. Is that
still a thing?
It is actually. Actually I was surprised that right now it's really it's progressing really well. I even forgot about it, but looks like Vision 2030 it's working.
We are almost there though. When they used to say Vision 2030,
it seems like it will be so far away. Because like developments could impact the value of your home, either positively or negatively. Like for instance, maybe we have slums coming up near your area. that would impact you negatively.
Yeah.
If we have maybe an IT company coming up in your area,
yeah.
it could impact you positively.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah.
And also just if it's an investment property, like location wise, is it close to the city where people can live? People that are, you know, if you want to do like short-term rentals, they can easily like rent it out. They can access it easily, commute from the city to your place. So yes, I'm thinking about that as well. But I think those are some of the factors to consider, and things that we have done personally ourselves as well. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you have more factors, if you forgot anything, or you have more questions or follow-ups, feel free to drop on the comments. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Bye.